I want to let you know that everybody did amazing on those training, and I'm very pleased, as I said. But who cares? I want to know that you are able to implement what we've learned. So I'm going to give you a short, sweet summary of day 2, hopefully, and that starts with going through the Arabic version of the pattern interrupts. Now you have a version in Arabic where Samer was able to demonstrate it. Mustafa, I think Muhammad, few others, and you also able to tweak it to fit your personality. Okay. However, the pattern interrupt, the purpose is to not to look like, sound like, feel like, and like Mr. Mateen emphasized, smells like a salesperson. Step number 2, we went into talking about the pre-verbal agreement, understanding why is it important, because we want to avoid uncertainty. The purpose of the pre-verbal agreement is to avoid uncertainty. You cannot blame a buyer for doing something you didn't tell them not to do. Remember that. So that's where you need to tell them everything that you're going to tell them. You tell them in the pre-verbal agreement. It's not just agenda. It's also cleaning up the past. If you are late or if something in the communication wasn't going on properly, anything that you need to clean up, you clean it up. You thank them, not for their time. You thank them for inviting you over to their place. Okay, that's more appropriate, I think. And number 2, you go, remember, you want to apply the Titan, right? Titan. That's number 1, which is T stands for thank and acknowledge. I stands for the intention. What's the intention and purpose of this meeting? So you'll just say it very briefly. I suppose the intention and purpose for this meeting is you want me to look at the system, or you want me to look at your house and be able to, offer you a few possibilities that may fit your need. And he's like, yep, okay, good. So you go to the T, the time. So now you schedule, okay, I suppose we have 45 to an hour with each other. Does that still work for you? Confirm. Remember, I'm not just plowing with talking. It's a conversation. Each step you want to ask a question, a hook question. The hook question allows them to tell you, yes, keep going, or no, we need to go in a different way. Very important. That's the power of the Phoenician method. Not force something on someone. Like Wissam was talking about the story, shared the story about how the Phoenicians used to sell all the products just from blowing smoke and sitting by their ships, and people come to the smoke, they see what they have, they like it, they buy it, they don't like it, they leave. Now obviously I wasn't there to see that they were doing, but I'm assuming that these stories are all, somehow there's wisdom behind it. Yes? Okay. Now you go into the A. A stands for agenda. Whose agenda? You always start with their agenda. So you ask them, so what are you hoping to accomplish out of this meeting? So that when you walk away from that meeting, you feel like it was time well worth investing in. In your version, okay? They'll tell you, I want you to discuss this. I want you to look at my place. I want you to give me some pricing, whatever. It's okay if I grab a pen and paper, write some notes. You just grab pen and paper. It's, if you can borrow from him, even better. If not, just have your agenda. Let's borrow something from him, like a pen or something. Have your agenda. It's like, oh, my other client I was with, they borrowed my pen, they didn't return it back or something, whatever. Like, just let them rescue you to build more bonding or rapport. Feel a little bit vulnerable. You don't have to be perfect and prepared for everything. Loosen up, okay? Loosen up. You go into their agenda. So they tell you, you have it written down on your notes. You repeat it back from them. Okay, just let me make sure that I got everything, not missing anything here. You want me to discuss A, B, and C. Did I get this correct? Or did I miss anything? They tell you yes or no. So, and then you move into your agenda. Based on their agenda, now you fill in the gaps, okay? So now it's like, okay, and during this call or this meeting, I'm happy to answer these questions for you. And if it's okay, I'm gonna be asking you some tough questions. Sometimes maybe a little bit, intrusive may come across, but I really wanna be able to give you what you need, okay? What you really want. And it's like, okay, what kind of questions? Like, well, no questions such as I'm going to be discussing about, what are some of the challenges you've had in the past, or why did you come to us specifically, or why would you ask about different brand, or why would you, whatever that they talked about in their agenda. Okay. And you want to ask about budget, and you want to ask about the who besides them make decisions, what's the decision process, by when do you want it, when you're thinking you have it installed, things like that. And towards the end, we will get to determine if we can help you or not. That's the next step. That's the end. Okay, like, okay, is that fair? Yes. Okay, good. Now just one thing I want to share with you, Mr. Prospect. By the way, prospect means, I know some of you were asking what prospect means. Prospect, it's my fault not explaining. The prospect means it's before they become clients or buyers, before they exchange money, they are prospects. If they are serious. If they're not serious, we're gonna call them something else. We'll talk about that in your reinforcement. So anyway, you got your Titan. You can say, all right, during this hour together, if at any point you feel like it doesn't make sense, Mr. Abdul Jabbar, would you feel comfortable to let me know? We don't have to finish the whole session. Is that okay? Would you comfortable? Okay, good. Because sometimes clients, they want to be nice and it may not make sense for them, or it's way above their budget or whatever. For whatever reason, they're just like, tell me yes, they want to think about it, they'll get back to me, but in their intention really is they're not interested, but they trying to be nice, they don't want to hurt my feelings. I don't suppose that's going to happen in this case, is it? Great, awesome. Well, thank you. And then you're going to do the same for them. And as the same token, Mr. Prospect, at any point, if I feel that I'm not able to help you for whatever reason, I hope that I can, but if in case I can't, would you be okay if I let you know? You're not going to be upset with me? Yeah? Okay, good. Now you are balancing the field. That's the purpose for doing this. Psychologically, like Mr. Mateen was talking about, subconsciously, you're leveling the field. In their eyes, you are different. You are the same level. You're not like 99% of salespeople out there who are begging, chasing, and supplicating. You're not doing that, okay? You're a professional. You have a lot of value to offer, and you should be paid generously for your time. Okay, and if you don't get paid, at least you want to get the attention and the time, the respect of your time that you deserve. Okay, so that's why you're doing this. All right, so that's a pre-verbal agreement. We're done with it. Now you go into the discussion, which is the third step, which is a pain step, right? The pain funnel. It's important. I gave you some ask questions, but there are three major levels. Level number one, there's surface level, which are the symptoms. That's why you go to the doctor. You have a headache, right? Step number two, the doctor asks you why you think this has been happening. They want to find out the why, how long this has been going on for. That's step number two, which would be the cause, right? And then you go into the third level deeper, which would be the impact, meaning what is that impacting their business, and then how's that impacting them personally, okay? And then you want to get some emotional words such as concerning, frustrating, that kind of stuff that, when we role played in the training, you were able to hear it. Concerned, frustrated, down, okay? So surface symptoms, the why, and then you go into the impact, okay? And you have the questions to ask. You want to be able to, repeat back with sometimes what you heard, just to be nurturing, right? Empathy. And also towards the end, we want to collect how many pains at minimum? 3, right? 3 pains. So you got 3 pains, and now you repeat them back to them. Just make sure that you got it, okay? So Mr. Prospect, let me see if I missed anything out here. I understand that you have a concern towards A, concern towards B, and again towards C. And that's costing you this, or that's impacting you this, and you feel frustrated about that. Pain number 2 is costing you this, and you feel this way about it. Pain number 3, it's costing you this, and you feel this way about it. I understand that's not unusual. Most of our clients that we work with, they're dealing with similar challenges that like you, and you don't get hands. Not to worry. Don't feel bad. You're not alone. Okay. Nurturing bucket. You drop them into nurturing bucket. Now you got them off the nurturing bucket. بتنشف لهم شعرهم. Okay, I'm making this up. So now you get them off the bucket and you take them into the pre-qualification step. Yes, the pre-qualification step would be around what? 3 things you want to pre-qualify them on. What are they? I'm waiting. Yeah, you know it. Number 1 is, who besides them make a decision. Never ask, are you a decision maker? Right? Who besides you make decision? Who else is involved, or anyone else involved, like Samir was saying, in the decision-making process? Number 2, you pre-qualify them on money. Are they willing and able? Those are the 2 questions you want to ask. Are they willing and able to invest? Invest, not spend, invest. Okay, so you and sometimes they're gonna give you some pushbacks, right? It's like, oh, I don't know, it depends, send me what you have, blah blah blah. What the prospects do, what prospects do. Your job is to not allow not allow them to slip, because that's the step, the pre-qualification step. That's where your money is. Don't let it off the hook. That's your money, you got to protect it. Okay, so work hard, do a good job here, and don't just settle. All right, gently, remember, gently. We will talk about how you can do it gently in the rapport and building the rapport in the future sessions, inshallah. Now, as far as how you're able to deal with the stalls around the budget, 3 ways we learned. Off the record, round numbers, I'm not gonna hold you to it, right? Roughly how much we're talking about, where you want to be at, or where you want to be under, right? Number 2 is bracketing. Yes, so the bracketing means, our products goes anywhere from 50,000 to 25,000. Where would you like us to be, right? And number 3 would be the metaphor, which is, okay, BMW, Camry, or a Kia, right? Which one would you prefer to be around? You got that out of the way, you go into the time, the delivery, by when they want it, and the warranty, and that good stuff, anything that related to time. And give your team some layoff, meaning don't just squeeze them. Oh, we can deliver it in next week, if you know that's gonna stress your team just to close a sale. That's not right. It's not a good team spirit. And remember, sales is a team sport. Think of your teammates. Give them a week. If you can. If you can't, use that to get something back in return for them. If they really push you that I need it to be done in the week, let me see what I can do. I have to talk to them. I don't know. We are full capacity. Remember, building your value, leveling your field. Okay, and I'll get back to you on this. If in case we weren't able to do it, does that mean that we're not gonna move forward? Just for me to know. Let them be honest to tell you, no, it's okay, but I'd rather do it this way. Okay, good. So now you know that you can use that for negotiation purposes later. If they want to ask for a discount, or if they really insist they want a discount or whatever, you can give them something in return, like, okay, I cannot deliver through freight, through shipping, through air. I can deliver it through air, land or whatever, right? It's cheaper. Always think of the bottom line. Make your jobs profitable. Selling is not about just getting products off the door or off your inventory. Selling is about making money. You're here in the business. When I asked you first, why you need sales, did you say what? Number 1 is because you want to make money. Number 2 is because you want to have the freedom to do what you want to do with whom you want it, and on your own terms, with that money and with that time that is more worth than money. Remember that? So make these jobs profitable for your sake, for your commission, for your family's sake, and for the company's sake, so that they can grow and flourish and be able to, open new doors for you. Okay? So make them profitable, not just any jobs. And that's the step, the pre-qualification step is very important. Do not just, solicit or offer discounts. Only if they ask for it, you want to take a step back. You really want to give it consideration, and then you can work where you can get something in return. Okay, so just do not offer discounts off the bat. All right, good. So that's the pre-qualification, and that's where we stopped. We role played that. You had your own 30-second commercial the day before. You know how to set up a meeting in person. You know how to deal with that meeting, what questions to ask, set the pre-verbal agreement. And then you finish it with a pre-verbal agreement. Right now you finish it. Okay, so Mr. Prospect, I understand you want to deal with this A, B, and C. You have this budget, and you and your wife, you're making a decision. Your wife is on board, so that's good. If we're able to come up with a proposal that fits these numbers and be able to fix these challenges, what happens next? Don't tell them then you're gonna move forward. That's salesy. You ask them what happens next. Let them tell you. Now you know if they're gonna be like, wishy-washy or anything. If you hear any wishy-washy words, you're gonna address it right there. Be right on top of it. Do not just let it slip. And you do it gently, right? And you take a step back. Maybe. I'm confused. Help me understand. Because I really want to spend time and energy and make this work, and this is important to me. I just want to make sure that it's important to you as well, that we are on the same page, so that we won't not have any uncertainty later, or we have to deal with uncertainty later and get everybody putting their energy and time, and they're going to be wasted. You don't like somebody wasting your time. I'm sure about that, and I'm not going to waste your time either, I promise you. So therefore, I just want to be very clear on what you told me, and we'll make sure that we're on the same page. Differentiate yourself from everyone else. You are holding them accountable for the word. If they want to back off on the word, now is the time. Before you go and you work your butt off making a proposal, and now you don't wonder what happens after that. They're not calling you back, or they're not returning your call, or they're offering for them the ridiculous amount of discounts or whatever bullshit they can come up with. Your job to do a good job here in the pre-qualification step, so that you avoid all that uncertainty later, and you're able to help yourself make money, make the company money, and be able to live the life you always wanted with the freedom, the time, and the energy that you deserve.